Hello, hello. I think we're all working. Welcome into the stream, if anyone's watching. This is part 3 of a scenario called Good Vibes Only, which is a Call of Cthulhu game. And yeah, welcome into these lovely people that are on screen. We're going to be cracking straight into part 3. I'll do a bit of a recap. So, the story so far is that these various characters have found their way to this wellness retreat for various reasons in their personal lives, and they have started to feel a bit strange about certain things at this retreat. There's been some slightly strange elements to it. There's been some incense that's been inhaled that has had some slightly odd effects, and they've discovered a couple of strange things, as well as Kiana, a girl they met almost immediately, who said that her wife came to the retreat and came back very different and odd and super happy, but not the same person. So they're kind of investigating what's going on with the help of Kiana. They've done a few of these activities there, which have been very interesting and slightly strange. The latest one they did was to take these precious items that they brought with them to the retreat and to bury them in the ground, thereby letting go of attachments to these things, which lots of the people at the retreat did with smiles and happiness and dancing, and some of these guys have had different reactions to that. Now we are nearing the end of the first day of the retreat, and they've done a bit of snooping around, and they found something rather odd in an office, which they kind of broke into, which I'll chuck up on screen. They found basically a really strange book, this kind of odd, ancient-looking crystalline book, and with details about this kind of integration ceremony, and something that stood out to them was this ritual apparently at the back, which was said on destroying the bismuth, and it seems to be related to what's going on here. So that's where we left it. Literally, we just read that, I think, and then we are going to see where we go from there. In terms of the day, there's another activity imminent in a few minutes' time, and currently you guys are all in the what do we call it? In the kind of the chalet, all gathered together. You've just read this book. You flick through this book. You've read this very strange text, and we're going to carry on straight from there. So, who wants to? I think we did a bit of like reacting to this news, but not much. I think we kind of left it there. So,
I have a question.
Yes.
Some of us are under the influence of the incense still, right?
Yes. So
I am for sure.
Yeah, which I do have noted down.
I'm wasted. I'm absolutely away
Okay.
from fairies. I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah, so most of you, so James, you're feeling fine, normal. I mean, you're feeling obviously quite creeped out by stuff that's happening, but you're feeling normal in your brain. Talia, you've had a bit of a whiff of the incense, and it's anyone who's got a whiff of this, you've been trying not to breathe it in, but anyone who's got a bit of a whiff it's just made you feel good. It's made you feel relaxed, and kind of all this anxiety you've been feeling about the strange things that are happening, it's chilled you out, and it's made you feel just good and wanting to get involved in the activities and wanting to give this retreat a really good go. Karen, you've had a couple of big sniffs on it, so Karen is feeling pretty out of it, just great. You're wanting to smile all the time.
My time to shine.
Yeah. Even like you're not even when you see like strange things, it's just making you smile. You're almost on the verge of breaking out into song at any point. Russell is actually you haven't been exposed to it at all yet, I don't think.
Oh, I thought I had. I'm sorry.
I've got a note down that you hadn't. I might
Works
have
for me.
respect. We'll go with you haven't. But you're all feeling differently about what's going on based on your characters. And yeah, Nicola's had one exposure to it. But yeah, we'll go from there. So you are in the chalet. Kiana is there. She's just explained that she kind of seemed to have an idea of what was going on, but now she's like, this is way more intense than what she was expecting. And you need to decide what to do next. Really, you know that you've got just about 5 or 10 minutes before the next activity is starting down at the lake.
So, did you say I was off my tits?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Right, let's warm everyone up, shall we?
Oh, babes! What the bloody hell's a bismouth?
Anyone?
I don't know. I've never heard that word before.
Have any of us heard of that before?
You know, me and my auntie, we went to Exmouth once. Is that similar? Oh, babes.
Oh, maybe it's nearby. Why would they want to destroy somewhere near Exmouth? We don't have our phones or anything, do we? Just
I don't
to
think
double
so.
check. Our phones got taken at the beginning of the retreat. Am I
They got
remembering
taken
that?
away from you, and I can't remember what you guys did. You got
Oh wait, did we break in somewhere?
You broke into the office in the main
I think I
hall,
took my phone. Yeah.
and that's where you found the book and a few other things, and you found some of the incense, and you did get your phones back. I think you picked them all up.
Yeah. I've no idea who to call about this.
Should we Google Bismuth? But Bismouth? Is it what are we settling on? Bismouth or Bismuth?
I think we can all agree that Bismouth has more of a punch to it.
True. It sounds better. Better branding.
Oh, babes, you know, in school they said that I had a punchy mouth.
Did they say punchy or punchable?
Babes.
I'm only joking.
Babes.
Listen, I feel like I've really got to know you over this last 30 or so hours.
Oh, babes, when this is all over, you come round for a bottle of Savvy B. We'll have a lovely time, babes.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Slapping bee. Oh my.
The good stuff.
Anyway.
Sorry, I've forgotten our non-player character companion's name, Adam.
Kiana.
Kiana, thank you. Kiana, have you heard about this before? Is this what you've been talking about?
This is crazy. I didn't know. Just sounds like, I don't know. This sounds made up. I knew there was something weird going on, but destroying things and chanting, and I had no idea. I mean, this is real cult stuff. I guess I knew there's something pretty culty going on here, but I don't know. We've got to do something about this.
Well, I've googled bismuth on my phone, and all it keeps saying is, "Did you mean bismuth, the chemical element?" over and over again. So that is not helpful, I'm afraid.
Oh, so it is bismuth?
Well, no, I spelt it bismouth, but it just keeps researching for bismuth, BISMUTH, chemical element number 83. Probably not so helpful.
Can you Google if bismuth's evil?
So
I love that you're doing that. Firstly,
1 second.
Come up with a cartoon sort of turtle with multicolored hair and a TV on his chest and pink and grease.
Maybe that's the bismuth. That sounds pretty scary. Maybe we should destroy it.
Maybe our phones aren't working properly here.
We're on the LAN. This isn't.
We're on their cult internet. Yeah.
So are your characters trying to Google that?
Oh, yeah,
were you
that's
trying
right. That was my character
Okay.
on the phone, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, you find out when the phones are turned off. When you turn them back on, anyone who does that finds that there's completely no signal at all. No
Also, I
bars.
must have preloaded those pages.
just have a picture of a turtle saved to your phone.
Just in case. Yeah, no bars, no Wi-Fi, no signal, completely dead.
I don't know. This doesn't mean anything to anyone, I guess. I mean, it sounds scary. Oh, another GM question. The next thing we're doing is surrendering to wholeness or dinner?
Yeah, so there's the surrendering to wholeness is the last
Okay.
activity, which is at the lake.
Gotcha.
That's the next activity
Sorry,
in
cool,
a few
yeah,
minutes.
I can remember where we were in the day.
Mhm.
Oops. Well, what are we?
Well,
what are we
yeah,
doing? How's everyone feeling about
I've
it?
just reread the thing, and it says that the cult want to kill the Bismouth. So do we actually? It says it should be killed by a guru or a group of weaker initiates. So if we're against the cult, is killing it the right thing to do?
Doesn't it say that you shouldn't destroy it before people have been initiated?
Oh, so they just use it to initiate
Yeah.
it, then kill it off.
Are
So
we
it was-
going to be initiated now?
As long as we don't get integrated, this says we'll be less susceptible,
I reckon
and we could compromise the great cleansing of vibes. Which, honestly, that sounds bad as well. I don't know if I want to.
maybe
I
we
quite
should
like having my
destroy it.
vibes cleansed.
Maybe, at the very least, we should stuff some toilet roll up our nose for incense protection for the next activity. They'll never know.
That's a good idea. That is a good
Is it?
idea.
It's a bloody good idea, babes.
I
You,
think
you
we
know
should-
when I was in year 9, I used to stuff tissue down me. You know,
Daniel, what, babes?
You know.
you know.
You
No,
said
you can't end that sentence with you know.
you mean your nips, babes?
Oh, straight down my bralette, babes.
Oh, I thought you meant something different altogether, babes. Let's move swiftly on, babes. Yeah.
A good idea, babes. Let's go. Let's go have a good time. Let's go smash some things up, babes.
I think we should really sop up the toilet roll, so it's it sticks up there and is better protection. Okay, so I'll just take some toilet roll and just slop it up and give everybody some wet clumps. Stuff it up there.
Yum.
Nice.
Yeah, Nicola shoves the wet clumps up. Really gets them in there, like to a worrying kind of level. Like potentially we'll need some help from Russell. Like,
So
in
these
professional
are-
capacity.
What we're talking about is toilet roll going right up, so it's not even coming out the bottom. It's just literally, it's just up
Just,
Yeah.
that's what
there. That's rock
Nicola's
and roll.
done.
I've
Yeah,
I've
that's what
never seen that
Nicola's
done.
Just like you can't even. If she were to, like, maybe you'd catch a glimpse, but very,
Wow,
very
okay.
high off incense. Just seems like a good idea.
Well, I suppose we've got to though, right? Because like otherwise it will be visible to the leaders. So we've
That's
got
why
to
it
be
needs to be sloppy, so it
Yeah.
doesn't slip
Ooh.
down.
right.
Wouldn't we have like massive like flaring nostrils though, from like, having it all crammed up there? Like, they were constantly just like sniffing. Like...
Just all rock up to the lake, full mouth breathing.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, just as you finish stuffing this up your nose, you hear like a single knock on the chalet door, and then it opens, and Malcolm comes back in. He's like, "Ah, there you are, guys. We're about to start the last activity. You guys ready? We're going to head down to the lake. I'm going to take you down there. We're going to meet up with the other group. It's going to be great. You guys all ready?"
Oh yeah, babes. I'm really ready to go.
Yeah, good to go. Ready.
Awesome, yeah, wicked.
yeah.
Follow me. It's just through the trees over there, and yeah, we'll get started. I think the other group's there already. So he exits the room and he starts walking across the grounds, and through a path down through the trees. And if you follow him down there, he leads you eventually to this lake that's in kind of the centre of this retreat. Quite a big lake. And you see gathered around one side of it, there's some other people in the retreat. You also see Guru Sage is there, as well as another group leader. And you see, as you've seen before, a similar setup. There's a table with some incense burning, and one of these signs placed on the table with the instructions for this last activity. And Guru Sage pipes up and says, "Hey, welcome. You're just in time. We're about to get started. Please read through the instructions. It'll all be clear, and then we're going to pair you up with someone from the opposite group, and we're going to get started. This is going to be so fantastic. I hope everyone's feeling great. I hope you're all ready to fully integrate and be fully your true self. And this is going to be fantastic. This is one of my favourite parts of the weekend." So yeah, come on down, guys. So do you step towards the table to check this stuff out, as you're expected to do? Malcolm's kind of like standing there, leading you towards it.
Is there
Yeah.
Is there anything but the table at the lake? Like, can I take a look around?
Not really. There's kind of some paths that lead around the edge of the lake. There's a couple of picnic benches, but apart from that, there's not much to it. You see on
No,
one.
like, no shadowy hooded figures like stood on the other side of the lake or anything that we can see.
Not that you can see. The only other people are kind of the people in the other group that are kind of just waiting around expectantly, and they're having a wonderful time. They're smiling and kind of giggling to themselves, and some of them are just kind of like spinning around in a circle, their head back, looking
Absolutely tripping balls.
just
on
having
insects.
a great time. And they're also all people who aren't spinning around and are looking towards you expectantly, kind of ready for you to engage with this activity.
So I mean, we've got the toilet paper up our noses.
We're
and
slopped up.
True.
we don't want to sort of arouse any suspicion if we are going to sort of sabotage this. So I think, Russell would say, let's embrace this and let's see what we can do, but let's just make sure everyone's safe.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Yep.
I think we'll just let's go for it. We haven't been paired up with another group before, have we?
No, they've been pretty individual activities so far. So yeah, who wants to head over first and check out this table with the instructions?
If you want.
Russell, go
Yeah,
on.
happily. Yeah.
Does Russell have tissue up his nose?
Russell does have tissue up his nose. He's put it all the way up, but not quite as far up as anyone else, because he's just kind of a little bit concerned. He's seen this sort of thing before, people getting things stuck up places as a GP, and he
Just enough to get a purchase.
yeah
Oh.
one bit. So it's just sort of a slight white dangling nodule hanging down there from each nostril, but you'd have to really look quite hard to see it.
A wet nodule hanging down.
A wet sloppy nodule.
Oh,
Baby.
mm.
Wow.
Promises.
Oh dear. Okay, I need to send you this handout of the instructions, which I did not have ready. Give me a second. Where did I put these?
This Bismouth character you found is pretty interesting to look at.
I'm quite a fan.
Yeah, I like the
He's
weird.
quite charming.
I like the chest portal.
I like the
Yeah.
tattoo.
Like a really buff Teletubby.
Yeah, I like that step 2, the ritual to destroy the bismuth says enter the bismuth center holding such substance. And this guy, you probably could, you could do that. If you were small enough.
Shit, did we find any toilet bleach or whatever? I remember we talked about it the last time, but guess we need a corrosive substance.
That's to complete the.
Yeah, that's
Ritual,
what they
though,
want.
isn't it?
They want corrosive substance.
So we need like a, what do you call it? What's the opposite of acid? A base.
An alkali? What? No. I thought we wanted to complete it, but early. I thought the whole point is we had to get rid of them early doors, and then they couldn't have an effect. Have I made it up?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh.
I guess we could do that or just sabotage it altogether.
I think, it says do not destroy the bismuth before all attendees have been integrated. So yeah, we can try and, I guess we can screw it up by completing it early or by, I don't know any other way, killing all the cult people.
Just say the chant really quickly.
What now? Should we all just do it? Really quick
Just like
now?
real quick, just shout it. Like, see what happens. No, that would probably arouse suspicion.
A little bit. Okay, so I've posted that last handout into the Call of Cthulhu in-game channel.
Right.
Do you want to
Got
read
it.
it out, Russell?
Yeah, so Surrendering to Wholeness is the title. Your final activity before you're fully integrated into your actualized self. Take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. Celebrate, sing and dance if you like, and then proceed with this activity. So sing and dance was all you want, and then do the activity, okay? Just do it.
And then it's time for
Bring
tasks.
back in mind...
Showbiz time, baby.
Absolutely. Bring back in mind the one person that means a lot to you, how much you owe them, how you care about them, all the things you do for them, the power they have over you, and the pain they can cause you. Imagine you're them and that they hurt you. Would you be able to move on? Your actualized self would know what this person has offered you in the past and be able to let go of them with love and gratitude and without dwelling on the pain and misery. So try it. Take some time in your pairs to embody that person. Pretend you're them. Consider what they're thinking, what they love, what they fear, and then allow your pair to help you release them. When you're in the water, don't succumb to their fear. Don't let the pain take over you. Remember, you have their memories and you have their love. You don't need their physical form. After a minute, your pair will stop holding you down. Jesus.
That's me.
Come out, breathe, and rejoice. You are yourself. Wow. Okay.
All right. So I won't.
How's Russell feeling?
I mean, he's felt better in his time. He's normally quite a calm man, but this one is kind of, he's having a moment.
So I won't go through the process of everyone going up and doing the constitution rolls. I'll allow the toilet roll up the nose as I get out of that. But the people who are under the influence of the incense from before, you're kind of reading this and you're not freaked out by it. It sounds weird. It sounds like there's not enough detail in there about what you're really supposed to do, but you're not. It just sounds great. You're focusing on all the good parts. You're focusing on the whole letting go and surrendering, and you're keen to know more. And Guru Sage sees that you've all gone through and read all this, and she welcomes you in and says, "Okay, now I need you all to pair up. If guys from Malcolm's team, you can pair it with the other team." And just choose a spot on the lake. There's plenty of space here. Everybody's spread out. And I want you to think about that special person and just think about the power they have over you. And then we want to let go of that power and release them. And we'll start off with the members of the other team going in the water, and then we'll swap over. And I think this is going to be a really magical moment. So the people from the other group come over and they happily greet you. They say hi to you, and they you each pair up with one of those, and then you find a spot around this lake. So you it's just you and your pair now on the other side, and they seem like they're so into it and they're fully understanding. Maybe we can go through. It should hopefully say on your character sheet that there's some significant person in your life that you are thinking about. So maybe we could go around each player and just talk about who that is. Starting with Russell, maybe, because you're next to me there.
Okay, so mine is a guy called Dr. Sims, who I was my mentor at medical school, and I've ended up actually working alongside Dr. Sims in my GP practice and everything that I do, and Dr. Sims was like a big sort of formative person in my life, and I kind of owe my career and all the success I've had and all of that, I kind of owe it to Dr. Sims, and we get on really well, and it's just a really nice relationship.
Cool. Nicola, who are you thinking of in this activity?
So I am thinking of my adoptive mother, Lindsay, who raised me. We don't always see eye to eye, and she's not been as supportive as she could be in my kind of research into my sort of origins and where I was born in China. But as much as she doesn't always understand my interest in that, I know how much she loves and cares about me.
All right. Karen, who is your significant other?
Well, babes. Sorry. My significant person is my best friend Rena. We lived together for a short while, a long while, in fact. We had many bottles of Savvy B. Let me tell you, babes. And then, but I'm a total snake. I moved out to live with my boyfriend. Yeah, big bad Darren. It doesn't sound the character shit. I'm just naming him Darren. I hope that's okay. But me and Rena, yeah, we're like that. We're like peas in the pod, We still spend a lot of time together, babes. There's plenty of kettle chips to be eaten between the pair of us, mate. And let me tell you, we eat a few.
Bloody hell.
Very strong
James?
relationship.
James, who will you be
Sorry.
picturing this scenario?
Yeah, so James, his special person is his brother. So James is actually trans, and when he came out as a man, he wasn't very well accepted. And his brother was the one person that kind of was able to accept him and kind of be there for him, and that's kind of always meant a lot. Yeah.
All right. And Talia.
I'll be thinking of my baby sister, who is like my baby sister. She's a lot younger than me. And I basically raised her because my parents are so busy in their careers. So I sort of see her as my own daughter. June. Her name's June.
Great. So you've got these people in your minds while you're starting this process, but it's the other people that go first, and they I won't go through it individually, but they talk to you about someone, and it's similar. There's siblings, there's parents, there's step parents that they're talking about, and clearly with a lot of love, but also with this tinge of they're talking about kind of ways that they've hurt them, and not necessarily bad things because they clearly love these people, but just ways that they irritate them, or a time that they didn't listen to them, or any way they hurt them, and there's a bit of sadness there. And now they kind of talk about how they're willing to let them go, and what happens next is they take a step down into the lake, and they ask you to push them down into the water and to hold them down there. So is everyone going through with that? Is anyone resisting that? How are you guys feeling about this?
Russell's not happy, and he's quite compliant, but at the same time, he really, really does not want to do that. And he's like, if he gets sort of forced into it, he's kind of going to do it in a very half-hearted way, and would never hold them properly,
Yeah, similarly, I don't think Nicola really wants to do that. She's quite a what's the word I'm looking for? Not shy necessarily, retreating kind of person, I guess. Maybe not necessarily comfortable with that kind of like, I don't know. It's not necessarily a violent act, but an act that requires some kind of force against another person, and probably would say no, I think. Be quite against it.
Okay, so there's no resistance from these people. They're like really wanting to do this, encouraging you to do it and to get in the water. And anyone who kind of follows their lead, they're kind of leading you towards it. These people walk kind of backwards into the lake. It gets deep quite quickly, and they take your hand and put them on their shoulders, and they're encouraging you to push them under the water. And if anyone doesn't want to do that, tell me. But that's what's happening, and they go underneath with just a big smile on their face and their eyes wide even, and this water's quite cold. I mean, it's middle of summer, but it's quite chilly in this kind of shaded lake, and they just go and they sink under the water, and this quite eerie image of them under this slightly murky water with just a huge grin on their face. And yeah, unless anyone says otherwise, you're now holding them down under this lake, as they are pretending to be, or you're pretending to be their significant other that's now letting them go.
And are like bubbles coming up? Are they turning blue? How long is this going on for?
It goes on as long as you want it to. They're not struggling at the moment. They're not trying to get back open. They're relaxed. They're smiling. You get some bubbles of air coming out. But at the moment, you're still holding them under there.
I'm gonna say my person, I do it for like 10 seconds and then I pull them up and I'm like, oh my god, I can see you had a really big breakthrough. Well done.
And okay, so this person, you kind of pull them out, and they're like, oh, I think we're supposed to do it a bit longer. Should we carry on? Like everyone else is still there. And Malcolm comes over to you and it's like, hey, there's no real like time limit, but we're supposed to be holding them under for quite a while. We really need to make sure they're released. I think you only did it for a few seconds there. That's not really going to be enough time to fully enjoy this activity. Is everything okay? Can we get them back in the water?
Sure, Malcolm. I think Talia is like feeling really scared now and is gonna maybe go along with it some more.
Great. So it goes on a bit longer, a few seconds, and the seconds turn into a minute, and you see some of the smiles are slightly wavering on their faces. There's some signs of kind of not struggle, but it's like tensing of their faces and looking a little bit worried, and even a bit of some more bubbles coming out, and it seems like they're slightly struggling a bit down there. Most of these people have now been holding their breath for like a minute and a half down there. At the moment, you're all still holding their shoulders and keeping them underwater.
No, surely not.
Yeah, I don't think Nicola would last that long either. Whether the conversation is similar, like even if it's like the same conversation, Malcolm's like, oh, can we just try again? I think it's like the most tentative, like fingertips maybe just on their shoulder, kind of, trying to not be complicit in this whatsoever as much as possible.
See, I think on the contrary, because Karen's still like has the after effects of like a big hefty whiff of the incense earlier. I think unless there's like any sign of trouble, she's like well in for it. She's like, oh babes, oh, is the water lovely, babes? Oh, I hope you're having a wonderful time. I can't wait till it's my turn, babes. I remember going to Tenerife. I hope it's like that, babes. Like that sort of pattern. Like she's well into it. Unless it's start like thrashing about, then she's loving it. She's having a wonderful time. It's like
Aaron's just stood there,
Barbados.
foot on the guy's chest.
Stay down! Stay down! Babes!
Okay, so
I don't like it. Adam.
so time passes and you're all, some of you are getting a bit nervous and it's quite uncomfortable at this point. And then suddenly there's a signal from Guru Sage, and she signals the end of the activity. She says, "Okay, and release." And you take your hands off their shoulders. They come out of the water, most of them kind of coughing and spluttering and gasping for air, but looking incredibly happy with it. And after they've caught their breath and they're kind of thanking you, and they look even happier than when they went in the water. But clearly that was really pushing it, because there's some coughing and spluttering, and some people need to be helped up to their feet and things like that. And it's quite unnerving that there wasn't any struggling going on when they're under for that long. And now it's time for the partners to swap, and you guys are going to be going into the water. and once the other team have caught their breath, they kind of take up position on the other side of you, and they're like, okay, this is going to be great. That was a fantastic experience. Yeah, you ready? Let's do this. And they get them to, you tell them about your significant person, and they get to the kind of, they have a conversation with them as that person. They try and embody them as much as possible, and then it's with another signal from Guru Sage, it's time to go under the water, and they put their hands on your shoulders individually and start to kind of guide you down into the lake and push you under. So is everyone going with this at this point?
Yeah, I think. Well, I'm going to take as big a breath as I can and just try and play along as long as possible. Yeah.
I'm still up my tits on the incense, so I'm like,
Oh, babes, put me in. I'm ready, babes. Go on. Give me a good firm one.
Great.
A firm worm. Nasty, bro.
give me a firmest worm, babes.
Good username.
So quite suddenly you are pushed down with quite some force, and you are under the water, and it's cold and it's uncomfortable, but you're under the water, and I think after a while, everyone except Karen. Can you do a power roll?
Power?
Yeah, power, which is one of the main stats at the top of the sheet. This is basically to see if you panic or not.
Hundreds.
Yeah, so D100 roll. Karen, you're not panicking at all. You're having a great time.
So 43 is mine, and then I rolled a 93. So I don't know if that's bad or good.
That is bad, but I didn't need you to do.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm panicking anyway.
Yeah.
I rolled a 97.
Oh, mate, come on.
Jeez, that's not good.
Yeah,
Poor Russell.
I got 66 against 58, so
Okay.
also a fail.
I rolled a 10, which is an extreme success.
Damn. Cool as a cucumber.
Very nice.
Love to drown.
Love.
Oh man, love it.
Oh, I'm well into this, babes.
So yeah, Talia is staying cool. Russell and Nicola, you are panicking, and you're struggling to stay under there. James, are you panicking, or are you still trying to figure out the roll?
I rolled it. Is it a D100 we roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got 87 against, and it's strength. Did you say?
Power.
Power. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I got 87 against 51. So that's bad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So you're panicking as well. So you guys that are panicking, I need you to do a con roll now, which is Constitution, and this is to see whether you pass out under the water.
Oh, I got 28 versus 44.
Okay, so you're still conscious, but you're starting to kind of push up against it, and you're freaking out a little bit, and you're still being held down with quite some force. But anyone who fails that con roll is going to pass out. Oh man.
Yep.
Russell
Oh,
and
you guys
Nicola.
passed out.
Yeah, we're fucking out. We're done.
Russell and Nicola, you black out. So you're out of this for now. Anyone who's I've lost track of what's going on. Karen, you're fine. James,
Okay.
you're not passed out, but you're panicking, and you're still being held under for these few seconds. And Talia's still being held under as well. So you basically can decide to try and fight back and push your way out, or just stay down here and hope that you're going to be let up fairly soon.
What's my partner's face doing right now?
They're just holding you, and you can kind of see them through the kind of through the surface of the water, and they seem to be just smiling down at you and like really pleased for you with this massive grin on their face, and just holding you down there, and yeah, just this huge, slightly creepy grin.
Sounds so scary.
It's so scary.
This is my worst nightmare. It's really affecting me, but it's quite good as well.
Oh,
I'm liking it. But yeah.
Well, I think if James is already panicking, he'd just start fighting instinctively to try and get back up.
Okay. So do a strength roll now. This is you trying to push your way out and trying to climb back up to the surface.
So I passed that. 24 versus 42.
Okay, great. So you manage to wriggle your way out, and you push up, and you escape from their hands and climb your way back up to the surface, gasping for air. And you see Guru Sage and Malcolm looking over and looking a bit confused, and they kind of Malcolm walks over and he checks that you're okay at first. He's like, "Hey, you okay down there? What happened there? You seem to be struggling a bit. You're not getting into the activity."
Well, I just nearly died. I nearly ran out of breath, so I couldn't. It's not an activity. I just had to get some air.
Hey, you need to relax and give into it. We're not going to let anyone die here. This is all about good vibes. We're not dying is very bad vibes. We're keeping you safe. Don't worry about it. I think you're okay for now. And you see everyone else coming out of the water as well now. So you guys who are still conscious, claw your way out, and you're you're gasping for air and coughing like that, and spluttering, and you also see Russell and Nicola being pulled out of the water, completely unconscious, and you see Guru Sage rushing over there, and a few other people, and you do eventually come round. So you black out under the water. The next thing you know, you're on the surface, being helped back to your feet. So you're not unconscious for too long, but a very harrowing experience. And you're all now out of the water. You're drying off in the sun, and that seems to be the end. And Guru Sage kind of stands up in front of the group, and she says, "That was fantastic. You did great in that activity. I hope that was valuable. Some of you, I think, struggled, and maybe we'll have a chat afterwards. But that was really magical for a lot of us, I think. So we're going to head back now. We're going to dry off, towel off, and we'll have some dinner. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone for really being fantastic with that. I can see most of you are really getting into this. Yeah, let's all head back up to the cabins, guys." So the rest of the group, the other group, are super happy. They feel fantastic about this. They feel like they've achieved something massive, and they're hugging each other, and they're skipping and dancing their way back through the woods, back into the main grounds area. And the rest of you. So James, when you forced your way out, as you're walking back, Guru Sage comes up to you and walks next to you. It's like, "Hey, James, I just wanted to check how you're feeling and see what's going on with you. I think people usually don't have the same reaction that you do. I wondered if you needed some extra help or needed to chat about anything. Let me know."
No. It was just instinct took over. I was only up a few seconds before everybody else. It was just pure instinct because I was out of breath.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's true. We've got this really great room here called a self-reflection space. I think people who have been struggling before or needed some extra help have really found it valuable. I don't know if you wanted to check that out before dinner or.
No, I think I'm okay. I think I've got a good group that I've been paired up with in the chalet, so I think we'll probably they've helped me through each stage, so it'd be better for me to stick with them, I think.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. I'll talk to Malcolm, and we'll definitely be keeping an eye on you. And yeah, just making sure you guys are okay. We want you to fully give yourself up to this. But yeah, okay. Just let me know if you need anything else. And she kind of splits off, and you can see her up ahead talking to Malcolm. And yeah, after a few minutes, you guys make it back into your cabin and dry off and probably change into some dry clothes. before dinner. So this is a good time to chat about that experience amongst yourselves, or think about what you're going to do next.
Karen, are you still, are you alright?
Would it be fair to say that after a bit of a plunge in the water, she's maybe starting to come to her senses? Like, I don't know, if you splash a bit of water over a drunk person, like,
No,
witness about me now?
not really.
No.
How do, like
So,
do we feel any different, like, as a result of that exercise? Like, obviously, having read what we read right before we went to do that, and then doing it anyway, are there any like physical or mental effects that we're able to notice, or
Not as far as you can tell, apart from just the adrenaline from the fear of it, and that didn't feel right. And there's nothing. You didn't feel anything spiritual happening or anything like that. It was just probably fairly horrible experience being stuck under the water, and it was creepy, and you didn't like how people were probably smiling about it. So, yeah, you didn't feel any strange effects happening there.
yeah, just regular badness? Not
Yes,
supernatural badness. Got it.
I think so.
I think it's
did
kind
Karen find it any different? But she was sort of under the influence. Like,
Yeah, well,
did she have like a different experience?
you just focused on all the good parts, and you focused on letting go of this significant person, and you feel a bit more, you feel a bit lighter, you feel a bit happier, and there's still a part of you that was uncomfortable with that, and it didn't feel like right to be holding people under the water or to be stuck under the water, but you were relaxed and you were calm, and you feel like you've got something out of it, but you're still a little bit unsure.
Okay.
I think James is quite keen to tell them that they want to snatch me away into a secret room, so please be vigilant in case I go missing at any point. They called it the self-reflection room. I couldn't see it on the map.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
yeah.
It certainly feels like it's kind of ratcheted up a level now, hasn't it? Really, and this this whole sort of concern over the Bismouth is now front and center, and I don't think anyone's walked away from that with any positivity from the sound of it. So it's like, come on, we've got to sort this out now.
When do we want to try and destroy it? We want to get ahead of them. Yes.
Well, first of all, James, you're in danger, buddy. I think we should hide you.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. What have we done with the book and my phone and other contraband? I should probably hand that off to one of these guys if I've still got it.
Yeah, there was some discussion last time about it being in your trousers. I'm
yeah.
not sure if it went back into your trousers afterwards.
I think I probably left it in the chalet, seeing as we were going to the lake.
Yeah, we can probably retcon that and say you left it in a drawer or something, or under the mattress. Because I don't think you would have gotten away with that.
Well, we don't. I mean, and Nick will, I guess, take another look at the destruction page. Like, we don't even know. We don't even have a lead on what this is. Like, it says maybe we could do something about it. I'm assuming, we're the weaker initiates, presumably. But like, where do we even start? Have we?
Do we have a map of the grounds, or is that just something the players saw?
You probably would have been given a map. Yeah, you would have been. That handout that I sent, it should be there if you scroll up. That's something you would have been given in the game as a kind of part of the literature. That the schedule and the map you would have on you.
There's nothing on there that like indicates here's where the Bismouth lives.
Oh,
You know.
we went in the woods, right?
Mm-hmm.
We went in the little center. The yurts, is that where we're staying?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Uh,
what's the cabins?
The yurts was where you went initially to have your chat, and the cabins is where you are at the
Oh
moment.
yeah.
Okay, and then number 4 is what?
The meditation hall. That's
That's-
where that big tapestry was.
Yeah, meditation hall had the office in the back that you broke into, and that's where you stole the book from.
Oh, I just saw the key. Sorry.
Hmm.
Guru's office. We need to go to the guru's office and get in there and find out what the fuck is going on. So who can pretend to have diarrhea the most convincingly?
Who broke the toilet?
Could we?
My time to shine.
It's just down the path. Could we sneak and take a look? It's got windows and stuff, right? At least the drawing has
better idea.
windows.
I mean, if it comes to it, I will stand in my little box. And go,
Oh, babes, it's leaking out. Oh, babes.
Aaron, you
Okay,
could run. You could
that's
run a
really good.
distraction play. You could
oh yeah. I
if
like
we
it.
need
Okay.
if we need someone to clear the place out, so to speak, we could while we take a look in the window.
I'm concerned. I think we need a plan to keep James safe.
Yeah, I'm
Because-
also a little worried about James.
Yeah.
If you get taken away to some secret room, the very least they're gonna do is take those slops out of your nose. And maybe worse.
I wouldn't, unless there's, because we don't know where this secret room is. There might be other secret stuff about. Unless I can tell him I need to be taken to the self-reflection room, and you guys can surreptitiously follow, so that you can see where it is.
I think I might have misdescribed something, because the guru's office is where you've been already, and that's where you broke into and stole the book. I think I've described it as being at the back of the meditation hall. So maybe just ignore that map. That's my fault.
Okay.
Also,
that
we
mean-
still have the mystery room at the back of the meditation hall then, which I guess is. Do we? We don't know what that is. There's like a door behind that tapestry or something. that we could
Correct.
break
Yeah,
into.
that's correct. You did spot
Okay.
Maybe we should try and break into the door behind the tapestry. we can go back to.
Yeah,
Okay,
well then maybe diarrhea play is perfect. We get send
Diarrhea play.
that. Jeez,
all the
Louise.
diarrhea audible. Send
Oh,
Karen
God.
out to distract all of the counsellors. What are we
Just so I
calling
can
them?
formulate my story in my head. Do I remember correctly? We had pizzas for lunch. I know it was like 3
Yeah.
months ago now.
That's true. Yeah.
Can we mash up some mango in water and put it running down your leg?
There you go.
Let's do that.
Another sloppy concoction.
It's my
A whole
specialty.
new mango moment.
Oh no!
The ultimate mango moment.
You just had to take the mango moment, didn't you? Christ.
Are you willing to do it, Karen?
Oh, babes, I'll do anything for you, babes.
All right,
I
come
mean,
on. Let's slop up them legs.
So-
I've been up and down the high road with my baps out. I've got no shame, babes.
There's nothing shameful about that. All right, we'll slop them up. I think we need somebody to stay with James at all times. How about if James gets taken away, I volunteer to follow behind secretly.
That sounds
And
good.
can we have some kind of code, like whistle? And if I'm in danger, I'll whistle. Or
Sounds good.
Makes
or
sense.
I can squeal like a pig or something. What do you guys think?
I mean, that might
Yeah, I
Just
haven't seen any pigs.
just,
There could be wild hogs out in them woods.
It could be. They could be.
I
That's
think
true.
I'm gonna have to squeal
We're in
like a pig.
Somerset. There's probably pigs around somewhere.
Oh, that's
Okay.
true.
If you hear this squealing, then you come a reeling. That's what they say.
Oh, is it?
That's what they say.
Nicola is happy to go and break into the room. Yeah, I think Nicola's kind of done. She was not into that last activity whatsoever. Would sooner just be caught and presumably at this stage caught and thrown out of the retreat. From her perspective.
So, just to be clear of the plan before we part ways. We got.
So I'm gonna run around yelling that I've shat myself.
Wait, should wait until dinner though, right? Or we're about to walk into the dinner hall, maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
dinner
Where
is.
It's at the meditation hall, isn't it?
Dinner is in the meditation hall. Yeah.
And that's where this secret room is.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right, so I need to. So rather than like me causing a distraction, we need to try and like coax people out, don't we? So we need to get people out of the meditation hall.
Yeah.
So we need to cause like a literal stink and get people to like run, like holding their like trying not to vom or so. We need to do something like really gross.
If there's like chocolate milk or something.
Can we just like, have we got like good tabs on how many people are here? Could we just like set a yurt on fire or something?
Wow.
Like, I mean, it's
Nicholas
gonna
just
get.
bumped it up one there. I like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
that's
the
not
natural
very in
progression.
character.
Pretending you shat yourself to arson.
Like,
I was wondering if that was alongside the diarrhea, so we were going to have both going on at the same time.
Now you're thinking.
I'll be there like
That's
clutching
a
my
hat on a
guts
hat.
while you've got the
Fire
lighter.
and a diarrhea.
We've all shit ourselves and set the cabin on fire.
my thinking is, if someone who's like violently shit themselves leaves the room that you're in, you're probably not gonna be super inclined to follow them into the new area. You know?
Good point. Yeah.
And it's embarrassing for Karen as well. I know she seems pretty game for it, but like I'm thinking if lots of people are gonna be in there, presumably us, the other groups, or group, one other group. And all of the
Yeah.
counselors, and the room we want to break into is also in there.
What if we do this? We say we need, what's his name? Wallace?
Malcolm,
Malcolm. And what's the other lady's name?
Sage.
Sage.
Okay, Malcolm and Sage will run in and say, "Oh my god, it's worse than diarrhea. James has said he wants to leave the retreat.
Yeah.
You have to come quick."
I mean, you're not making him a
Love
bit of a
that.
sacrificial lamb there.
It sounds like I'll be doing some self-reflecting, but that's okay.
But James,
Uh,
you don't even have to be there. We can just say, "Come in, he's in this room."
Yeah,
And
we can hide you.
And
Well,
then we can be like, "Oh my god, he must have escaped."
Yeah. Well, maybe I
At
should
least
just...
if I shit myself, then people will just come chasing after me with a toilet roll. Right?
Is that what would happen?
I hope so.
volunteer.
Someone shut themselves. Everybody get the Andrex.
Master Mike, to be fair, is very good at cleaning that kind of scenario.
A fleet of puppies come like charging forward.
Charlie's plan's probably the most effective idea. I could just wander off, and then when they find me, I tell you what, I'll go to the lake, and I'll tell them I was trying to give it another go. They'll like that.
So
That's fine.
should we still say we're worried about you, that you're not taking it seriously, and you went in the direction of the lake?
No, don't make it too easy to say that. Maybe we went out for a bit, we went for a walk, and then we came back to the yurt, and he was gone. Like
Okay.
a bit more of a distraction if they have to go looking.
But at
Yeah.
least like go up a tree or something so you're hard to see.
Don't let them catch you. Like, we don't know what's in the self-reflection room.
So
Or they
before I
might
commit,
dunk you.
have I shat myself or not? I need to know.
Please don't actually shit yourself, Karen.
I think
No,
you should
wait
put
till
some
we're out
sloppy
of the cabin.
mango down your leg as a backup plan. You should have it ready.
I love how we're in this really sort of horrible situation, and we've basically taken everything to. We'll set something on fire. Someone will shit themselves and then get up a tree.
So
Sometimes you need a distraction.
you're
Hey,
going to
it
stuff
works.
mango up my trousers,
Yeah.
and then at an opportune moment, like shake my trouser leg like a really like sloppy Masons, and then it can all fall out.
Yeah, baby.
We've got
All
three
right.
great plans
We got the
there.
plan. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Wait,
Okay.
I don't understand the plan. Okay, we're going in the food hall, right?
Yeah,
All
we're
of us
going
do
to
different
loudly
things.
announce that James, we went back and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then if it comes to it, we'll set fire to something and I'll shit myself, but only if it comes to it. And hopefully everyone else will go looking for James and say, oh, babes, he wasn't there. We went back. Oh, I'm so worried. And then they'll go chasing after him. It'll be fine.
And Nicola's
yeah,
gonna
so-
go in the room.
Yeah, well, why don't... So, Karen, if you... yeah, if you guys come in and like cause a big stink, James is missing. Come help us find him. Presumably the counselors will run out first, and then Karen, you can just make everybody else help. Just start yelling at people. Tell them to help us find James, and then me and Russell can stay in the room. Quick smash and grab. See what's going on.
Nice.
Rip the tapestry down. Kick the door in. It'll be fine.
Should I fall? Oh, I feel like I need to be with James in case.
Well, you could know where. Well,
Why
yeah,
don't-
you could be with James. Karen can come and.
I'm gonna watch from afar. I'm gonna follow James and watch from afar, and just don't mention that I'm
James
missing.
binoculars.
Yeah, they might not even notice that I'm gone.
Well, I'll,
And
Too
we've
much
got our
commotion.
phones, right? Even though we don't have service.
Yep.
Okay, I'm
Why
gonna
don't I-
record everything.
point to the tree I'm going to hide in as well. Then you'll know where I'm going to be.
Okay.
I point to a tree.
Should I go up a tree as well?
If you want.
No, I better not. That's too obvious.
It would be suspicious if two people were up trees.
I'll go in a bush. That's a classic. Stakeout.
The thinking machines tree.
So you're going to hide in the bush watching me in the tree. And they're breaking into the meditation room. Okay. I think I've got it.
This is a
I
good
just need
plan.
to go up the tree. I'll just do that. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
you just go up a tree.
Done.
Karen's gonna cause a ruckus.
Yeah.
And then me and Russell are gonna fucking tear the place apart. It's gonna be good. And
We
GMs
bet-
love it when you split the party up and everyone's doing different stuff, so Adam's probably super excited with this.
It's a good plan.
Just got a bead
We
of sweat like rolling down.
James and I need
3
to
brand new
go.
A4 sheets. We don't know what's happening.
Let's go before they come get us for dinner then.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to... Aren't you running into the meditation hall to get...
Yeah, no,
those
but everyone's in the hall for dinner, so
Yeah, me
we're
and
turning up
Russell
to
just tap-
dinner.
Yeah.
Big commotion, song and dance, guys and dolls, you know.
Okay, I get you.
You're
Alright,
expected at dinner now. So.
So me and Talia are going off to hide in trees and bushes. Cool.
All right. Yeah. So it's the sun is beginning to set now. A beautiful summer sunset, and you see people. A couple of stragglers still making their way to the meditation hall, but you hear noise from inside there and chatter and some occasional singing and whistling and things and you make your way up into there, and you see the rest of the retreat attendees are there, and you see Malcolm and the other leaders, and you see Guru Sage. So everyone's in here, waiting for you to come in. There's food served on the tables. There's incense burning. There's curries and things like that, and breads and salads. And you're welcomed in by a few other attendees, and you're asked to come in and sit down. It's fairly casual, and you'll enter into the meditation hall. Well, 4 of you do. And are you just walking in casually? Are you gonna immediately start the plan? You get some kind of Sage and Malcolm give some slightly suspicious looks as you guys come in, clearly wondering where the other 2 are.
The best
I
course
think-
of action, I think, is we just match Karen's energy as closely as
Guns
we possibly can.
So if I can retcon things slightly, we don't just walk in, we like storm in.
Yeah.
And you can hear us like yelling from like a distance, you know, like when you hear like an ambulance coming from afar and you got like the Doppler effect. That it's like you hear that coming. And like I don't know if there's like a curtain or like a door, but whatever it is, I like fucking kick it down. Babes! Babes! Fucking James is missing! I didn't think he was into it, now he's fucking gone! Oh, my darling James! And then I'm like properly like bubbling over, like hopefully somebody gets like drawn to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Instantly, Malcolm and Sage come over to you, looking concerned. And what's happened? And Sage is saying, "What's James? Where is he? Is he gone? Was he not in the? He was walking back to the chalets with you. Where is he?"
Oh, he said he was going for a wee, babes, and he never came back. I'll tell you who's taking the piss now. It's James. James, he's gone.
Okay. Did you see which direction he went, or where he could have gone? I say.
I didn't look, babes, I was too busy just send me good vibes. I was just having a good time. I didn't see where he went.
Okay, and you see Sage turn to Malcolm and to the other leaders, and she says, "We need to find him, but don't worry, he won't get too far. Maybe check around the yurts, check around the lake, and yeah, let's try and find him. Don't worry." And she tries to reassure you, "Don't worry, everything's okay. I'm sure he's just gone for a reflective walk. We'll track him down and we'll get him some dinner."
He was so upset, babes. I'm really worried about him. What if he's been mauled to death by wasps?
Karen, listen. We're not doing upset here. We're not doing panic and worry. It's just come with me. It's fine. And she tries to kind of lead you outside the meditation hall so as not to kind of disturb everyone else. And she says, "Wasn't there was one other of your group? Is she on her way as well, or did she go off with James?"
Oh my God! She's missing too! I didn't even see her go! It's those wasps again! Oh, please, Sage! Please, we need to go find her!
Okay, calm down. Please, you're disturbing the other attendees. Come with me. I will take you to the office. You can wait in there while we go off and track down James and Talia. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. And she kind of signals to the other leaders, and they head outside the door, and they head off into the evening, and you see them kind of head in different directions trying to find where James and Talia are. And Sage turns to the rest of you and says, "Is everyone else okay? Would you like to come in and have some dinner? This is a wonderful, happy place here. Just don't worry about any of this. I think
shouldn't we all try and help find James?
Yeah.
I mean, there's several of us. We could cover the whole grounds if we all go now.
Have I been ushered away?
She's
Or am I sort of
she's
like
in
hanging
the
about?
process of leading you out of the hall and at the outside as she's talking to everyone else, and she's
Can I maybe give her like a little shove and sort of try and address the group?
of course, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, babes, come, we've got to find them. There's 2 people missing. You know what they say, the best vibes are when we all work together as a team. Come on, guys, raise your spirits. Let's go find them.
And then this would be a lovely time for everyone else to sort of chime in.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nicola is certainly trying to, but it's not quite as outspoken as Karen is. But yeah, very much on board with like. I think if we all kind of, if we band together and just send out all of those kind of good vibes to James and Talia, we'll find them really quickly. We can, if we leave now, we'll find them in no time. And like really trying to kind of, not even looking at Sage, I don't think, like trying to make direct eye contact to like kind of add some guilt onto people sitting down eating their curries. Like, stop eating your curry, bro.
And you actually see a couple of people. They're clearly, some of them are just completely in their own world. But you actually see a couple of people who are like nodding and smiling at you guys, like, "Yeah, teamwork. Let's do this. Yeah, next thing.
Everybody.
Like, okay, yeah, what are we doing?" And a couple of them stand up, and some of the leaders try to kind of get them to sit back down again. And it's like it's kind of a small little commotion happening, and it's. You stirred the place up, but everyone's like super happy about whatever's happening, even if they don't seem to know what's happening. And some of them are trying to get involved, and they're like, "Okay, great, yeah, this is let's go find them." And you see that Sage is unsure, and she's not quite sure how to handle this situation now. She's trying to calm down Karen, but now she sees everyone's kind of into it, and it's she's not she's. For the first time, you've noticed she's unsure. She was very commanding and in charge before, but now she's been knocked off her game a little bit, and she's not quite sure how to handle this. And she kind of starts to address the group, and she's thinking, "Oh, okay, yeah, let's head outside. Let's get some fresh air, and let's see what we can do about this situation. Yeah, let's turn this into a positive, and let's get some good vibes. I'm sure we'll find James and Talia, and they'll be doing something great, and we'll enjoy it with them. Okay, if anyone wants to come and and help out and see if we can find these guys, the other members of our family, let's go." And she's still looking quite unsure, and she's kind of looking towards Malcolm, and he's a bit unsure, even more so. And she's not quite sure what to do, but she's kind of following you guys now, and a few of you filter outside. Some people are following and heading out of the meditation hall as well. Some people are just so in their own world, they're either like so focused on their food, like it's the most delicious thing they've ever eaten, and they're just hypnotized by it, or they're not even eating, they're just kind of standing against the wall and kind of dancing and clapping and singing their own little songs. But that is where they are at the moment. Unless anyone wants to act at all, Sage will kind of come a bit closer into Karen and say, yeah, this is. I think you'd really benefit from something we've got over here. It's a special room. We've got a self-reflection space. It's a beautiful space, really spiritual, and I think it would be just great for you now. I can see you're feeling a little bit panicked, and I think that's affecting some of the other people at the retreat. So if you want to come this way, it's just next to the office. And
you know what, babes? That's a really lovely idea, babes. But I think that the best vibes are when we all come together as a team. We've got to go and find James.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm speaking like this.
Malcolm, could you take Karen to the self-reflection space actually, and Stephen as well? Could you both escort Karen to that? That would be really great. I think Karen would really benefit from that now. And you, as you're still protesting, Malcolm and Stephen, one of the other leaders, they kind of grab you quite firmly on the arm, and they start leading you across the grounds towards the Guru's office, and presumably where the self-reflection space is.
I want to imbibe something here. You know that video where the guy's getting arrested for having the Chinese meal? He's up in the car, like, what is the charge? I'm doing that as I'm being like dragged away, like.
Oh, babes, it's an injustice. It's a miscarriage of justice. It's a.
Probably like flapping about the gaff.
Okay.
So Russell thinks this is like an opportunity to kind of escalate things a bit and start saying, well, this is becoming, they're making quite a scene now, and she's clearly vulnerable, as kind of, isn't feeling herself, as kind of, partaken of something, pretending that he doesn't know that it's the incense, something that's really affecting her. We should all, and he's saying it to everyone in the room that's still there, like, we should all, try and make sure that Karen's okay. A bit worried about her being kind of taken off to a room on her own, so we shouldn't let that happen. We should try and we should follow them.
Oh, I agree. I think we should. Yeah, I think everyone should go and either help out Karen or go and look for James. If we can get 2 tasks done, even better. What a good vibes bit of teamwork, gang. You over there, Rainbow Rhythms in the corner, come and help my friend. Some random guy stood there, just head down. Not into it.
Okay, are you saying that in earshot of kind of Sage and the leaders, what you're wanting to do, or is that just within your group?
Yeah, I think it's just desperate attempt to try and get as many people out of the room as possible.
Yeah.
As long as there's no, Nicola kind of feels comfortable at this point that as long as there's no staff left in here at this point, then we're probably good to go. But is equally kind of worried about whatever's gonna happen in the self-reflection room to Karen now too.
Yeah, I do feel a bit like I'm being taken away to like good vibes Guantanamo.
Yeah.
They can like waterboard me, but with like Febreze.
Some, like, quirk orange eyeball shit is gonna happen in that self-reflection room. I'm terrified.
Okay, so Sage is listening to this. She's completely flustered at this point, in a way you haven't seen before, and she's talking to Malcolm and Stephen, saying, just get Karen into the self-reflection space. I think that would really benefit her. We will deal with this, and we will find James, and they can't have gone far. They definitely haven't gone too far, and yeah, well, it's panic. Everyone you can join in with this if you want. It's this could be another activity, or if you want to stay and eat some food, that's fine. Please get Karen over into the self-reflections place. That would be great. Malcolm and Stephen are marching you, Karen, now across the grass, and they are opening up the guru's office, and you see them disappear inside. What are you guys? The other lot that are there. You said you were following Karen,
or certainly trying to convince other people to kind of do that. Yeah.
Okay. So they're moving at quite a pace across the garden. They've gone inside the guru's office now. You see them disappearing, and there's people milling about in the grass now. Some people not really sure what's happening, but having a great time with it. And you need to pretty much like jog it if you wanted to get into the office and see where Karen's being taken. Meanwhile, Karen, you're being held pretty firmly and being ushered into this office, and you see them open up a side door, which leads into this small wooden room. Almost looks a bit like a sauna. If you've ever been like one of those kind of like fancy saunas you can get in your house, it looks a bit like that.
I don't know where you think I live, but sure.
Give off sauna vibes, I think.
I was going to say, what do I see in the room?
It's basically unless anyone else is going to forcefully run in there and try and stop this physically. Karen is being put inside this room, and Malcolm shuts the door behind you. But just before, this is gonna be great. I spent some time in the self-reflection space. I think it's just absolutely fantastic. Just go with it. You'll just have a great time, Karen. Just relax. We'll find James. It's gonna be great. You guys are doing absolutely fantastic. And he shuts the door behind you, and as soon as he does, you're in this kind of wooden room, and there's it's decorated with these similar sorts of posters that you've seen around. These kind of spiritual things, these lotus imagery, and these symbols, and some of the symbols you've seen on the instructions that have been around. That kind of stylized lotus, and some of those are kind of drawn into the walls, as well as various other tapestries and things. And you notice there's a grate at the top of the room where you see some smoke start to pour in very quickly, and from the smell you can tell that it's the same incense smoke that you've been smelling throughout the retreat, and it's just much more intense, and because the room is filling up with this incense smoke, and it takes just a couple of minutes, and you pass out, or you seem to. You go very dizzy. And you completely pass out, and there's a specific thing I'm going to read to you now. So you completely pass out and go dizzy, and the next thing you see when you feel like you opened your eyes, you find yourself staring at a blinding vision of reflected light, and you blink several times and concentrate your vision, and you see a crystalline formation in front of you. Its jagged edges and mild vibrations distract from the fact that it's shaped like a harmless lotus flower. From its core exudes a vapour with sharp and jagged particles that stick and slide down your throat as you breathe. It makes you feel nauseous and disorientated, and suddenly you realise you have no control of your body as you see yourself walk up its rocky steps and climb into its centre. Then you hear the loud, hair-raising cacophony of its petrified petals grinding against each other as it closes all around you, and the light that almost blinded you before becomes darkness. Sudden, searing pain brings you to your knees, and then you pass out. And the next thing you know, you are back in the room, and you're gasping for air, and you're suddenly aware that this is what this retreat is about. This is what's going to happen. This is what they are building towards, this integration into this physical lotus-shaped thing, and you know that if you don't comply, it's going to be painful and awful. And it is terrifying, but also you are kind of hopeful. Like, you are not completely terrified. You don't, like, quite a big part of you wants this, even though it was crushing you with this searing pain. You want it, and it's makes sense now. Everything makes sense now. Meanwhile, you guys are outside. Are you trying to make your way into the office at this point? Are you trying to distract anything outside, or are you trying to get the group to look for James and Talia?
Oh, Nicola's still in the meditation hall.
Okay.
I want to get in that room.
Okay, so you can make your way to where you think the room is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If the coast seems clear, like if the staff are left and it's these kind of people that are too out of it to even pay attention to the commotion, I think Nicola will just kind of grab one edge of that tapestry that was kind of fluttering earlier and slide it across the wall. If that's possible, or pull it down to kind of reveal what's behind it.
Yeah, so it's just, there's a few, kind of couple of inch gap behind the tapestry, and you saw earlier in the day, I think there was a gust of wind on a lucky roll that let you see that there was a door behind there, and there is a fairly unassuming looking door hidden behind the tapestry. We didn't really double check, but you found some keys in the Guru's office last time. And I'm going to assume that you've got those on you. A set of keys, because as you try the door, it is locked at the moment.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'll try some keys. Can I hear anything from the other side of the door? There's not a lot of noise left in here anymore now that everyone's gone.
You can give me a listen roll.
Listen. My listen is okay. Well, not if you roll a 99, it isn't.
Oh no!
Jeez Louise.
Nicola has gone deaf.
Tissue works its way all the way up into your ears.
Yes, very deep, so deep in my sinuses now it's in my ears. Yeah, okay, not hearing anything. Nicola starts to try some keys, I guess. See if I can get this door open.
Yeah. Actually, with that look, that listen roll, it's not that you don't hear anything. You hear a bit too much, and you hear someone coming back into the meditation hall, and you see it's one of the other staff members. And yeah, they haven't spotted you yet, but you can hear someone coming in and talking to some of the other attendees, and just kind of checking on them and stuff. But you're hidden currently behind this tapestry still. But you start trying keys, and there's not many on there. Some of them are labelled the numbers of the chalets, but you do find one that unlocks this door. And as you pull it back and you sneak inside without yanking it open too much and exposing everything, you see these stone steps that actually go down. And they go down beyond the level of the meditation hall under the ground. And is anyone else following Nicola at this point? Is anyone with them, or are you all on distraction duty? I know James and Talia are up trees and in bushes and things.
I think I was following Nicola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you two guys are together, yeah. Karen has just woken up in the self-reflection space, but you two guys are heading down. So
Russell, do you have any of the bleach you used on the toilet earlier? Like
I used the full bottle on one job. So no, sadly, don't have anything on me.
I mean, in for a penny, right? Oh, we. Yeah, I mean, we can't go back out in the room now.
We've made such an effort to kind of get here.
Yeah, we should at least see what's down there.
Surely. Yeah.
So as you descend these stone steps, and they don't seem modern. They're not like concrete steps with hard edges. They seem to be kind of rough and worn, completely unmatched to this kind of modern retreat that's been built. And as you kind of take a first step onto the top of these steps and your eyes adjust to the darkness, there seems to be some sort of faint glow coming from the bottom of the steps. The steps go down and then around slightly, and there's some sort of light down there, some sort of pale kind of bluish light that's coming from the bottom of the steps.
Do we do like a spot hidden to see if we can suss anything out about it before we proceed?
Yeah, you can't see much at the moment, just some steps leading down and slightly around the corner, but you can do some spot hidden, see if there's anything in this stairwell.
Okay. It's a fail. For me. Heavy fail.
Yeah. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just googling the meaning of a word that's on my character sheet. What hidden? Oh, that's not so bad. 26 against 35.
Okay, yeah, that's a pass. You don't see much. You get a better impression of this glow that's coming from the bottom of the steps, and there seems to be some sort of, it's almost like a haze or a mist down at the bottom. But other than that, you can just see these kind of carved stone walls that are going underneath the ground. And yeah, the only way is to descend these stairs and look around the corner.
Okay. I think it's worth, Russell, one of us saying out loud, should we continue to go down the steps?
I'm actually keen to continue down the steps myself. Yes.
Okay, you make your way down.
Yeah.
We could split up and like. You know, I think.
I'm
59 years old. I've lived my life. You know, a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, Nicola lives her life as a researcher. You know, there's a curiosity there. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go.
Okay,
See what we can see.
you round this this corner at the bottom of the stairs, and this glow that was coming from there becomes this blinding light, and it's you cover your eyes, and it takes a minute for your eyes to adjust to this blinding light, and once it does, you see this giant. There's a room, kind of almost like a cave, but man-made, and there's moss growing on the floors, and there's this kind of blue light, and the thing that's creating this light is this giant crystal in the middle of the room, and it's like flower shapes, and you recognize this lotus flower shape from a lot of the imagery you've seen around, and it's this crystal shape that gives off this ethereal glow, and there's a mist in the air and on the floor, and it seems to be emanating from it this kind of it's almost like a sparkling crystalline mist that's seeping from this thing, and there's these strange looking flowers growing all around the room, and there's these kind of bioluminescence from all these different flowers that are growing from this crystal structure and in the corners of the room. I'm going to need you both to do a sanity roll now, please.
That makes sense, to be fair. Yeah. Sanity. There it is. Oh. I rolled a 1, Adam.
Oh.
Let's go.
Damn, son.
It's 26 for me, but I took a few hits in the last thing, which took me to 45. So it's not half.
That's fine.
Oh, it wasn't half anyway. No, okay.
That is a pass. But I think a 1 is a. Wait, what was the dice actually read? Just 1, so it's not 100.
Just flat number 1.
Okay, cool. So that's good. That's really good. You completely the most sane you could be. So neither of you are going to take a sanity loss there. And the other things you notice, it feels like there's a kind of a vibration in the air down here, and this sweet smell, and it feels almost electric, and there's this kind of buzz from this room, and yeah, things just make a lot more sense now. This lotus imagery that you've seen going throughout, and this, and yeah, you're in this room now. There's no one else. There's no one's followed you down here, and you're standing there, some distance, but close to this giant crystal.
So we didn't bring a corrosive substance.
That's a good point.
This has to be the thing, right?
This is the bismuth center.
This is the bismouth.
So we know where it is. So that's a start. Corrosive substances.
Presumably they don't store the corrosive substances with the bismouth. That would be insane. That would not be.
Well, they are ultimately going to do the ritual themselves, so maybe there is some.
That's true.
Although I'm in a tree, so sorry.
You are in a tree.
Sorry, I'm in a tree.
I mean,
we could look around, but I don't know. It feels metagamey to be like, "Hey, Adam, got any acid in the room with the thing we have to kill?"
You could do an idea roll.
idea.
Yeah,
How do I
should
do
be on
that? Oh, intelligence. Intelligence idea. Okay. Okay, that one. Oh, I failed by 1.
Damn.
55 against 54.
You could spend some luck, or you could push the roll.
I've got 19 luck.
I don't have a luck score actually.
Oh, maybe we forgot to roll it at the beginning. You should have
Or
a
I
pool
didn't
of...
write it down properly.
Yeah.
Russell, would you like to spend some luck?
I'm happy to spend some luck. Yeah.
I think you'd have to roll to see if you have an idea though.
So
Yeah, if you...
what am I trying to do? Beat 19.
You need to do, if you're doing your own one, you need to do an idea roll. So you need to try and do D100 and roll under your idea score.
Which I've done. I've got 14, and my int is 63.
Okay, great. So yeah, you passed the roll anyway. You don't need to spend any luck. You do remember that you saw a load of cleaning supplies, like the ones you were given to clean the toilet, in the guru's office.
I remember it well.
In a cupboard there.
In a cupboard, sort of here where we are, sort of in the meditation hall.
No, across the way in
No.
the guru's office.
Yeah, where Karen is. I think.
Okay.
I could run and get them. I could try.
I mean,
It's worth a go, right? We know.
presuming everyone else is still indisposed or, searching or whatever, then, what is there to lose?
Yeah, fuck it. Okay, yeah, Nicola's just gonna book it for the office. I think we'll just go flat out, I guess, like sane but panicky. This is a bad thing happening.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
So you both making your way back out of this room. You go through the meditation hall as fast as you can. You get out into the main the grounds of the retreat. There's some people milling about. There's some confusion happening. Most people are really happy. You see Sage and Malcolm and Stephen, this other leader, are just outside of the guru's office now, and they're having a discussion, clearly trying to figure out what to do. Karen, you've been taken out of the self-reflection space at this point. You're feeling very disorientated. You're feeling happy but scared at the same time. It's like a very strange feeling for you. And you are kind of being helped out back into the grounds by Malcolm. But you feel okay. You feel good. You're not dizzy or anything. You're not going to pass out. And you are, you just freaked out by this vision you've had in there, but also kind of excited by it. So as you're leaving the guru's office, you see Nicola and Russell running across the grounds towards you. So are you two heading straight into the office?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we certainly didn't come up with an alternative plan before we. I think we'll get in there. We need to clean.
So as you get close, Sage calls out to you and says, "What's happening? What's with the running? Did you find James? Did you find Talia?"
No, I knocked over something off the table in the meditation hall. I need to clean it.
Oh, that's okay. We can clean later.
Don't worry, I've got it. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. Let me just okay. And when she kind of stumbles and you've already run past.
I'm just leaning on the fact that I have a stat in fast talk.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'm just going for both of those things.
I should have got you to roll that, but I think your legs were faster and you've already gone past. Okay, so you head into the Gura's office. You know that there's a cupboard there with cleaning supplies. So what is it you're looking for exactly?
Well, all we know is corrosive substance, right? So, I mean, all that comes to mind is toilet duck. I don't know. Bleach.
Yeah, there was
some kind of. Yeah.
There was some very strong industrial bleach, which is what Russell cleaned the toilet with. James and Talia, are you aware of this commotion? When you're hiding, are you hiding nearby, or were you deep into the woods, or
I think we're by the lake.
Okay.
So I don't know if we can hear, but I was gonna say, like, maybe we're getting concerned that nobody has come to try and find us yet, and so we like. I'll give you a gentle and then
Gentle
like,
pig squeal.
Yeah.
I reply in kind, yeah, so
We just do that back and forth a few times, and then
we didn't come up with what we'd do after we hear the pig call, I suppose.
no.
Didn't get that far.
I'm
So
going to come down the tree. I sort of loudly whisper. and
Okay.
begin to pretend.
Yeah, I think we should, like, nobody's come to find us, so maybe you're safe. I think we should just go and check on the group. Make
Or
sure
what
that
did you say you found me down by the lake? Sort of trying
Oh my god, you're so smart. That's exactly what we're gonna do.
I think you're also close enough that you would have seen, or you would be able to hear that people are outside, out of the and there's some commotion, not commotion, but you could have heard some people, some conversation and some milling about going on outside. But yeah, if you want to head down from your perches and make your way back to the main area.
I don't think we should reintegrate yet. I think we should just maybe like get a peripheral, see what's going on. Get a lay of the land.
Yeah.
the tree line and just see what the atmosphere is.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's stay out of sight.
Cool. Yeah, I think we just get up to the tree line and observe.
Yeah, and so you see across the main grass of this retreat, you just catch a glimpse of Nicola and Russell running and heading into the guru's office, and you instantly know something's not right. You see the staff kind of looking confused. You see people kind of milling about. Most of them super happy, but Sage and Malcolm and some of the staff are having a heated conversation. You can't tell what they're saying, but they're clearly trying to figure out what on earth is going on and what on earth to do. So are you guys staying there hidden for now, or?
I reckon we should hide for a bit, and then when we see the other guys come out the office, if they need another distraction, we can burst out the tree line and you can say you found me.
Yeah, I think we're gonna definitely like stay back and see what's happening over the next few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, Nicola, have grabbed this extra strong industrial bleach, which you know is fantastic at cleaning toilets, and you're hoping it can clean other stranger things too. You grab this. Are you running straight back out the office and straight to the straight back into the meditation hall? And Russell, are you following, or what you up to?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe throughout this, Russell's been kind of just at the door, like he's been in the room at the door, just kind of making sure no one's coming to kind of do this, because I know that Sage was kind of watching us go in, or was trying to stop us, so Russell's kind of there. My eyes keep getting drawn on Russell's sheet to combat brawl, so that's in my pocket.
Hell yeah.
Like it.
I'm looking at his picture, and I could just imagine him being a brawler, and yeah.
Stocky, yeah.
That's kind of what he's kind of. He's revving up for it. He's never done that in his life, but he's revving up for it, and all the sort of adrenaline's just going up there. He's just there. He's at the door. He's protecting Nicola, you know. But yeah, so he's been keeping watch.
Okay. So as you Nicola and Russell, Nicola comes out of the room. She's got this super strong bleach. You begin to make a beeline for the meditation hall, but you see Sage and Malcolm and Stephen, this other leader, are there, and their faces look completely different now. They look absolutely furious. They are scared and confused, and they see this bleach that's in your hand. And Sage says, "What are you doing with that? What is this?"
Is this outside?
Yeah, this is outside, so you guys are seeing this as well.
I'll give her a reet to James. Like, it's time to squeal, baby. So I'll give a big loud reet. Does that catch their attention?
Yeah, it certainly does. Sage looks around, and everyone else looks around, and they're just confused. They see you guys. They see you guys in the tree line. Karen, you're also there, seeing this as well. All of you are gathered now in this main area, with these three people looking confused and furious, and Sage is just calling out, "What is happening here? This isn't how it's supposed to go."
I guess James probably just starts shouting to Sage and Malcolm, saying, I'm sorry. I wanted to go and give the lake another try, and felt like I let you guys down, like trying to focus the attention towards us over here so these guys can carry on with their plan.
Oh, okay, James. That's fine. Maybe we need to get you. If you come with me, you go with Stephen. We'll get you in the self-reflection space. You guys, what are you doing with that?
No, me and Talia redid it, and it's fine. I was able to hold my breath under the water. Like, it went really well. Yeah, I looked really properly about it.
Yeah, okay. We'll discuss that after dinner. That's great, James. Thank you. Yeah. And she just turns back to Nicola, and she says, "Why are you carrying that bleach?"
Run.
So Cal is currently trying to decide whether Nicola is just like continuing with the kind of charade, or if seeing Karen come back in a very strange way, and also having now seen this giant crystalline, presumably statue thing in a weird old spooky basement, is enough to just be like, "Listen, shut up, lady." I think it's probably the latter. I think, like, Nicola's not really been sold on this throughout, hasn't had that much incense, didn't want to almost drown. I think this is a case of, like, whilst that conversation is happening, she's just kind of continuing forward, and now it's we've seen it. We've seen the Bismouth. We found your book. We found the basement, and we're not gonna let you do this, Sage. And turns to, again, the persons whose name I have forgotten.
Malcolm and...
our non-player character, retreat attendee.
Kiana, who I keep forgetting about. I'm so sorry.
Tiana, yeah, we've seen what you did to Tiana's wife, wife,
I think, yeah.
Wife. And we're not letting you do this again, Sage. Come on, Russell, we have to get inside, and just keeps plowing ahead.
By this point, Russell is like, "Come for me! I'm ready! I'm ready!"
Sage is furious now. She's like, I just wanted to create a better world. Why don't you people want to be happy? Stop them. And she calls to Malcolm and Stephen and they just grab them. They're ruining this whole thing.
Oh no! I'm gonna pig out, baby. And I'm just gonna run in there and just I don't know, just like like jazz hands in their face, like get away from my friends.
Yeah, James follows suit. He's squealing and rugby tackling someone, whoever's trying to grab Nicola and Russell, I guess.
Right. So we'd better go. No, I'm not going to do that yet. So Nicola's making a run for it, and in the confusion of all this, I think she gets away and starts making headway towards the meditation hall. And you guys are kind of all closing in around. You see. Actually, no. We'll go into combat now.
Oh my god!
Here we go.
Just to get these turn orders right.
Before we go into combat, can I pee, please?
Yes, please do, and anyone else may do that as well.
Same.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, that gives me time to figure out some numbers.
Amazing. 2 ticks.
Thank you so much for the raid, Snorbuckle, if you're still there, and raiders, welcome in. What a lovely thing. Saxophonist, Iris. Yeah, sorry, I'm not interacting with the chat much because we're playing this game and I'm trying to juggle quite a few things at once. But we're nearing the very conclusion of this. This is part 3. We should be finishing it this evening. And I didn't know how this was going to go at all. And it's going completely off the rails in a very fun way. But yeah, welcome in. I'm Adam Flare. I stream very occasionally. Yeah, I do some DJ sets and some music and some games, and I'm really enjoying doing this at the moment. This is the 3rd Call of Cthulhu stream I've done, and there will be more, I think. After this one, there'll be a new story. So if anyone watching is interested in playing or getting involved, join my Discord, and there's a special channel there. Yeah, but for now, I'm going to focus on finishing this off and figuring out what the hell these guys are going to do. Because I just don't know. I might stick it on a little BRB screen just for now. Okay, so we are entering combat. So combat in Call of Cthulhu, it's if you played D&D, it's roll for initiative, but in Cthulhu you just go in dex order, which I have written down all of your dexes already. which is nice. And so we're going to say that Nicola has run past, and you've made a break for it. So you're not actually in this combat. You're running towards the meditation hall.
Got it.
I should get my dice out, shouldn't I? Silly. Malcolm is going to attempt to grab. Well, he's gonna go towards Russell, I think, because he's closest, and he's going to attempt to just grab you, Russell, and just kind of hold you. There's my stats. So, and he's going to miss. He's going to completely miss that brawl. You dodge out the way. You manage to move. Next up is Sage, and you see Sage just absolutely full of fury now, and she actually seems to be so angry that she's almost like glowing. And then you realise she is kind of glowing. Her skin is like getting this kind of red heat to it, and it's getting hotter and hotter. You can feel the heat coming off her, and then this light emanating from her becomes powerful, and this burning light starts bursting out from underneath her clothes and from her eyes, and she suddenly starts, even more insanely, she starts hovering off the ground slowly at first, and then hovering just a few feet in the middle of this just this grass, and she's lighting up the whole place and casting these long shadows from behind everyone, and you can feel the heat burning off of her, and it's kind of, you wince away from it. So anyone who is there, anyone who's there, do a sanity roll to witness this insane sight.
I've passed.
Pass, yeah.
Fail.
I a very good pass.
Nice. So anyone who passes lose 1 sanity point. Anyone who failed roll a 1d3 for sanity loss.
One. Too bad.
Nice. Okay, everyone just loses 1 sanity point. That's probably not going to do too much. But you see, Sage is now hovering a few feet above the ground, glowing with this burning light. Next up is going to be James. What are you going to do?
Is there anyone like hot on Nicola's heels?
So they are not quite following yet. Malcolm kind of is turning towards her. They're all just completely confused by this sudden turn of events, and he's pretty shocked that also now Sage is glowing, and suddenly it's
Malcolm looked shocked by that too.
Yeah, they're all just a bit too
okay.
shocked to react. It looks like he's looking towards Nicola, but no one's actually moving at the moment.
And Sage, how high is Sage over? Basically, can I rugby tackle Sage?
You can try. Yeah, you can try. Yeah, you're also aware that she's glowing and hot, but you can. Yeah.
I think we're just in that moment of. Things feels like just that's a desperate last minute thing of just, as long as if we can protect Nicola getting to the crystal, then hopefully this can all be put to a stop before we're all unkilled. Yeah, so I'm gonna just launch myself at Sage.
All right. Yeah, she's not too high off the ground, so that's difficult. I'm not going to make you roll for that, I don't think, unless you're trying to do something specific. But you're just trying to jump at her and pull her to the ground.
Yeah, just initiate some sort of grapple, I suppose, and just not throw her off what she's trying to do.
All right.
Yeah.
You jump up, you run a few steps towards her, and you feel the heat growing intensely every time, and you just, without thinking, you just jump and you dive at her, and you grab her around the kind of waist, and you feel this hot burning on your skin, the pain is instant, and it's like, I don't know if your character would have been burned before, but it's burning across your forearms and across the side of your face where you grab her, and you're gonna lose 1d6 HP from doing that.
And I probably scream pretty loud as well. So
Yeah.
there's no not to do something similar. Oh shit, 6. Right. You said 1d6, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that renders me down to 1 hit point.
Oof.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, don't try that, guys.
You grab at her, and the pain is intense and searing, and you kind of pull her onto the ground, and she goes down with you. Sage also screams as she goes down, and she's clearly in pain as well. And I mean, she's just absolutely furious at this point. You are in a great deal of pain at this point. You're unable to get up, and but you're still kind of on top of her. And can you also do a luck roll?
65 versus my luck stats. Oh, no, it's all empty. Shit.
Okay. Don't worry about that. We probably should have. I might have. I felt like I did remember that, but it doesn't matter.
I think I should. Yeah, I don't have my character sheet from last time. But
Oh, is
65
it?
sounds pretty failure-y, doesn't it?
Yes, I'm gonna ignore that because yeah, we'll ignore that for now. Don't worry. We're going on to next person to act. Is Stephen, this other leader, and they're gonna try and start running towards Nicola. And they're just going to turn, and they're not super fast to react because they're just, there's this confusion, and everyone's no one really knows what's going on. But they're going to turn and they're going to run towards Nicola. Next is Talia, and you're positioned quite close to Stephen. But you can do. You choose what you want to do.
So, who's standing where? Around me.
So I'm not gonna map it out exactly, but you're kind of, you've come in towards the group now, and then I'll say if you want to make your way to anyone, you can do that within a kind of turn of movement.
I think I'm gonna try and sprint towards where Nicola's gone to try and fend off anybody that's trying to follow her.
Okay. So yeah. So did I say Malcolm's turn to run away? Yeah. Or Stephen's turn to run away? Yeah, Stephen's turn to follow Nicola. You're following quickly behind Stephen.
Can I try and trip Stephen?
Yeah, I think that would be something like a brawl roll. Or I don't know if you can have a look at your skills and see if there's anything suitable in there. I think that's a brawl or a. You could just call it a dexterity roll if you haven't got anything.
I got. Let's go for brawl. I got a pretty decent brawl.
Okay.
Oh, it's not good though. I rolled a 67 and it's 40. So.
Okay. So you kind of you turn and try and chase Stephen, and you kind of dive to grab him, but you miss. You fall down to the ground. You don't lose any hit points or anything, but you fall onto the grass and you kind of scramble back up to your feet. Next up is in the next order is Karen. So
Ooh.
Karen, you're feeling very peculiar at this point, and it's you. I'm going to leave it up to you, really, how Karen's feeling and how she's reacting. She's seen this incredible vision, this terrifying, beautiful vision of this crystalline lotus. Is she going with it? Is she gonna, based on what you know about Karen, is she gonna go with that and just see that as the way, or is she gonna try and fight back against this with these friends that she's made? Is she going to take a kind of call from them?
It's bloody tricky, this, isn't it? Who is in my immediate proximity?
So you're standing next to Malcolm. You were next to Stephen, who's now run off. But then you're pretty close to everyone at this point. You're kind of gathered in this group in the middle. You've just seen James dive and tackle Sage and is now in a huge amount of pain.
Okay. Ooh, crikey. I don't know what to do. Can I? Is Malcolm about to run off or something, or is he standing his ground? So I know he's sort of nearest.
He's not really reacting yet.
Okay. Oh Christ. This is really tricky. I don't know where my allegiance should lie. I know that I've got quite a high, not particularly high, but fairly high persuade stat, and no combat skills, which sounds like me in real life, to be honest. I think I might try and rouse people to stop fighting. I might say, no, down your tools. Oh,
babes, it's for the greater good, babes. We can't have this. No, I won't see any bloodshed, babes.
Something like that. I really want people to just stop scrapping.
Yeah.
For want of a better term.
Do a persuade roll on that then.
Okay. So I got between half and a very good, so a fairly good success.
Okay. So yeah, you're kind of calling out for this. Yeah, the people who are kind of fighting at this point, kind of not. Yeah, they're doing their own thing, but the other attendees that were milling around were standing there looking confused, and there's some of the smiles are kind of slipped from their faces a bit, but now they're listening to you and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is fine, yeah, we're not going to fight, and you hear Sage say, you idiots, help me, get them, these people are trying to ruin our good vibes, and then the other attendees just look kind of confused. We'll go back to we haven't done Russell yet. Nicola is next in Dex order. Nicola, you're running across the grass, and you're at the door to the meditation hall at this point. I'm guessing you're going inside and heading for that secret door, but it's up to you.
I am. Did anyone manage to get close to me? I know Nicola wouldn't have looked back or anything, I don't think, but I know that Talia didn't stop anybody, so am I kind of aware of anyone chasing me? Is anyone on me? Do I need to take any kind of action?
Stephen is a few meters behind you. He's not immediately there. You're at the doors. You just gone through the doors of the meditation hall. He's still a few meters back on the grass.
Okay, I'm going to try and get to the door behind the tapestry.
Yeah.
And slam it shut behind me and lock it.
Okay. I'm going to ask for a dexterity roll there to see if you can slam and lock that door quickly.
Very fair. Oh my goodness. I rolled a 44 against a 45.
Ooh.
Wow.
You'd have to say it.
You just managed to lock this door, and you hear it click after some fumbling, and you hear someone, presumably Stephen, slamming into the door on the other side and start shaking at the lock and trying to get in there, and you hear boots kicking as he tries to kick down the door. We'll leave you there. We'll go back to Stephen is next, so we'll no, he's not. God, I'm skipping ahead. We are Russell. Okay. What is your action here? You're in the middle of the grass. You've seen James tackle Sage.
He swerved Malcolm just now, and I think Russell's viewing this a little bit like American football, and he's in the special teams, and he's there to sort of protect Nicola, who's doing the valuable work at quarterback there. So Russell's just he's almost getting a surge of life, something he's never experienced before. You know, he's been quite a placid, reserved GP, and this is his time to shine. To borrow a phrase from Karen. So he's just there. He's up for a brawl. He's up for a scrap, and he's just trying to prevent people from interfering with what Nicola's doing. So he's just dodged Malcolm. I believe that was Malcolm's last action. Was it to attack me?
Yeah, he'll be up. He'll be up next. He hasn't attacked anyone yet. He was a bit confused. But
Okay.
he's gonna go after you, but you're next to Malcolm.
So I think we're gonna just try and engage Malcolm,
Okay.
and have a bit of a grapple.
Yeah.
I think try and wrestle him to the ground.
So you've got probably a brawl skill there.
I do.
If you give that a roll.
And it's a 14 that I've rolled, and I'm on
Wow.
37, so that's not bad.
So hard
Nice.
success, I think. You grab Malcolm in the legs. You take him down. He falls to the ground. I assume that's what you're attempting to do. But yeah, whatever you were attempting to do is successful. You take him down to the ground, and he just looks a bit confused and hurt at this point. He's looking to Sage. He's looking to Nicola, and he's like, he's screaming out. He's like, I don't know what to do anymore. You said this wasn't how it was gonna go, and he's shouting that to Sage. But he's down on the ground now. You're on top of him, and now it's time for Sage. No, it's Malcolm's action, but he's actually pinned down under you at the moment. And he's going to do a strength roll to try and get up. What's your strength stat there?
That's really made me laugh. My strength stat is 45. We're on.
Okay. And Malcolm rolls a 70. So he's struggling, but you're just too powerful. You've got him pinned down. He can't get up. He's trying to. He's shouting towards Sage. He's shouting towards Stephen. He's scared at this point. He's lost that cool guys, like no bad vibes image, and he's just scared and confused right now.
Wow.
Fucking Russell, man.
I feel really bad.
Russell is
misread the situation here.
What a guy. Russell is him. I love thinking that Malcolm had as little information as we did. Some random GP from the fucking Cotswolds just kicking the shit out of him.
Okay, now it's back to Sage. She tries to shove off James, which she does very easily because James is pretty much unconscious at this point. And she's just shouting and screaming. She's shouting to the other people at the retreat, and she's saying, "Stop her! Stop that woman! Get in the meditation hall!" And all these other members of the retreat suddenly turn towards the meditation hall, and they start all walking towards there. Some of them jogging, some of them walking. They're confused, but they know they need to go to the meditation hall to stop this. Now we'll go back to James, which I just need to check something real quick. I just need to remind myself of the rules for if you are going to die.
Oh. I was mostly planning on just sort of writhing on the floor in pain and trying to crawl away a bit.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be pivotal.
No, you're fine. You're in a great deal of pain, but you can take an action. So you've been shoved. You've been shoved off. You're basically lying on the floor, on the grass at the
I
moment.
can't really think of any way to be useful. We've got. It seems like the people running the thing weren't all that in the know either. Sage is basically invincible, and Nicola's on a Yeah, I think I'm probably just going to start trying to crawl away from Sage, basically. Maybe towards the meditation hut or something, somewhere to shelter.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. So that's your action is crawling away, and then Stephen continues his banging on the door. I'm gonna guess what is the strength of the door. Let's see what he rolls first. Oof. He's not able to break through the door. He's banging and kicking, but he can't figure out why he can't get through the door at the moment. Talia, you've just dived to grab Stephen, but now you're back on your feet and you're in the meditation hall. You run in there. What do you want to do?
Well, I think I'm gonna do the classic piggy move and give old Stephen a piggy back. I'm gonna jump on his back and just look. I'm gonna strangle Stephen.
Okay. All right, give me a brawl roll. Brawl roll.
Come on. Where's my fucking dice? I'm sweating.
Do it, Talia.
I haven't done it.
His ass.
I haven't done it.
Damn it.
It's the fail.
That's fine. You try to grab at him. And
Is
pull
there
him off
anything I can do?
So you can, with a failed roll, you can spend luck to improve the roll by however many points you need to, or you can push a roll. So pushing a roll in Call of Cthulhu is you have to kind of justify why you would be trying it again, and you get to roll again and see if it's successful. But the caveat is that if you fail that time, then something bad will happen, which is kind of up to me. So yeah, you have to find a way to justify why you would be pushing that roll and trying again. I mean, in this instance, it might just be that you try to grab at him, he pushes you off, and then you summon more strength and try to get him again.
It's the sheer desperation of like he's gonna stop whatever from happening. I'm gonna try and push it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay, so I just re-roll.
You just roll again, yeah.
It's 11. It's 11.
Nice.
It's a major success, but not an extreme success.
Okay, nice.
Oh my god.
A hard success. Okay, you grab him. So what were you trying to do? You're trying to literally strangle him around the neck.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna do it like
Okay,
this
nice.
way. But I'm squealing. I mean, I'm giving it my all.
A pig hug.
Okay. You grab him, you pull him away from the door. He's no longer able to try and kicking and stamping at the door. So yeah, you pull him away and you're hanging onto him for dear life, and he's grunting and shouting and you're squealing like a pig. And yeah, you successfully distracted him from what he was trying to do anyway.
But he's
So-
alive still.
Yeah, he's definitely not dead yet. You guys still back outside. Sage pipes up and she says, please stop this. This is ridiculous. I just wanted to help people. I just wanted to make people happy. What are you doing? I don't know what you think you've heard or seen or read, but I'm just here to help people. You have to stop this madness. We now go back to, where was I? We're back into Karen. Karen, what is it you're doing now? You've tried your persuading. Some of the people at the retreat seem to respond to that, but then Sage instructed them to go after Nicholas, so they've ignored your instructions now and they're going after her. Is there anything you want to do at this point?
Can I try and, I don't know, like argue back, maybe?
They're not really listening at this point, so
Okay.
everyone else that was there has turned around and is walking towards the meditation hall at this point.
I don't know what to do. Should I ship myself now? I don't know.
Get the mango.
Oh God. All my talents lie in just like persuasion. So I don't know what to do now. People aren't listening to me. I've lost my platform. I've been cancelled on IRL Twitter. God. Can I just give it like a big hard smack or something? I don't know. I'm running out of options.
You can not do anything. You could just see how things pan out, or you can try and smack someone.
Do I still have the knife? I can't remember from last time. I can't remember if I actually buried it or not. Because that's my special object. But...
You didn't. You pretended to bury something. Yeah, you did a sleight of hand dexterity roll and buried nothing.
Can I stab someone?
Definitely, yeah. Please do.
Is Malcolm still by me?
Malcolm is next to you, yeah.
Oh,
No.
Malcolm.
I wanna stab out old Malcolm, please.
Okay.
Thank you, DJ.
So I don't know if you've got anything on your character sheet that's knife skill or anything like that, or what we
Stab.
Room for stab.
what the skill is.
No, I don't see anything. There's no like weapons or fighting or anything like that.
We hold on, give me a second, because there's probably a in the character sheet there's probably a
There is an empty box on the bottom left. Which
yeah,
has,
we should have put
underneath it in italics.
we should have put the knife in there. It'll be okay, yeah. So it'll be a fighting brawl roll.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll call it that. So if you do a brawl roll, and then I've got the damage up here if that happens to hit.
So that's versus the mine 1d3 plus damage boost. So that's a 1d4. So if I just roll each one of those, is that right?
No, so you do the skill roll first. So you do a brawl roll, just a d100 roll, to see if you're
okay.
successful, and then after that you can apply damage if it's successful.
I've not got any stats against my fighting brawl. Can I
Okay.
just not do it at all then? Or...
No, I think it's just I don't know if I can't remember what your sheets look like. There should be a standard. It should be a standard number. I've got my big book over there, but it'll take me longer to find it. Hold on, give me a second. We'll call it a 25. So we'll say your fighting your brawl is a 25. So you've got to try and roll under that.
Well, fat chance of that. I've stabbed myself. 96.
Oh damn, that was
God,
bad.
Yeah, that couldn't really have gone worse.
The knife is folded back in. I've chopped my fingers off. Spewing all over.
You ever see those people do like the butterfly knife tricks?
Oh,
Like,
no.
doing one of those and just
Don't.
lose half a finger.
Yeah, we won't say that, but we'll say you go to stab Malcolm. He moves out of the way easily. The knife sinks into the grass, and yeah, nothing achieved there. But you are keeping Malcolm busy, at least. Now, Nicola, you are inside the secret room. You're at the top of the steps. You've just locked this door.
Yes, indeed.
What is your plan now? You've got some keys in your hand. You've got a big old bottle full of bleach.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's the plan wasn't massively thought through, and Nicola was definitely hoping that there wouldn't have been quite such a commotion and that Russell would be here as well. But I think given the situation that we're in, I think Nicola just descends to the bottom of the stairs, and kind of takes a deep breath, closes her eyes for a second, kind of holds on to the pendant that she was given in the village where she was born, and then says, Bismouth, I release you from your benevolent cause. I thank you for consuming all negative flaws. You are cleansing humanity from filth it prescribes. You are truly creating the greatest of vibes. And then continues repeating that as she approaches and climbs into the Bismouth, holding an open bottle of bleach.
An open bottle of Toilet Dark.
Yeah, yeah. An open bottle of Toilet Dark. Yeah, it says in a safe container on your person. So bleach in hand, pendant in the other. Drops a quick bar and then goes for just walks into the crystalline formation in the middle of the room and hopes for the best whilst kind of repeating it.
They are extremely safe, those containers as well, aren't they? Because those caps, I can never get them off.
Childproof. Yeah, you
Never
really
get them off.
squeeze the. It hurts my hand every time.
So you meet all the criteria there, Nicholas.
You do a dex roll to see if you can squeeze it in the right way. And
Don't tell me, I'll do it.
No, you make your way down the stairs. You've seen this before, but it's no less striking this second time. And the blinding light comes out. You make your way through this sparkling crystalline mist that's coming out from around what you know to be the bismuth, and it's calling to you, and you know you have to go in there, and you know you want to destroy it, but you also know that it's beautiful and you want to be part of it, and you can't help but inhale this mist that's coming out, and it smells the same as the incense that's been burning, and it's beautiful, and this is like this incredible moment. It almost feels like the whole room is humming and vibrating at this strange frequency, almost like ethereal choir-like sound enters your ears, and you're chanting and you're saying these words, and you're not even aware that you're saying it at this point. And you have this big bottle of acid in one hand. You kind of don't even know what you're doing at the moment. You're still chanting. Can you do a power roll for me? A power roll.
Yep. Okay, it's a 64 against a 58.
Okay, you kind of, you're overwhelmed basically by this. You're still chanting, but you're overwhelmed, and you drop to your knees for just a minute, and we'll just leave you there for now, and we'll skip to Russell. Russell, you've just tackled Malcolm to the ground. You're still holding him down. Is there anything else you want to do, or do you want to keep trying to hold him down there?
It's tricky because, like, he's obviously he wants to be helping the best way he can to prevent this catastrophe and to kind of do that. And I think even though this feels really bad, even though it's apparent that Malcolm is not the threat that we thought Malcolm was, we need to deal with Malcolm.
Oh my God.
I mean, I've tried stabbing him, so I can't really do
I've been holding him down.
If we can kill Malcolm, we won't take it as a win. I think it's fine.
So yeah, at this point, I think I guess Russell is a kind person at heart. So what he's doing, he's restraining Malcolm. He's trying to persuade Karen not to stab him again. But it's like saying, you're not going anywhere, pal. You know, don't start. So he's just kind of holding him down.
All right, great. Malcolm is going to try and fight back with a strength roll. Eesh, he's still not doing it. He's still pinned down by the mighty arms of Russell. Sage is now furious. She's back on her feet. And she's going to charge at someone. She's going to charge at James because he's the closest and the weakest. And she's going to just... she's absolutely furious, and she's just going to grab James and try and throw him across the floor. and she's going to do a brawl roll on that. She doesn't. She got a 7. Damn, that's a hard success. She throws you across the grass, and as she picks you up by your shoulders, you feel again this intense burning. She's still glowing, like red hot, white hot almost, and you feel this at the pain of the searing pain, and you lose that 1 hit point that you've got, and you pass out. And you the rest of you that are there see James go tumbling, charred and smoking across the grass. Now we're back on to Talia. You're on the back of Stephen, still brawling. Are you just going to try and hang on there? Are you going to let him go? Are you going to try anything else?
I'm gonna try and bite his ear off.
Okay. I don't know if there is a bite. That's probably another brawl fighting roll.
Come on, baby. Where the fuck is my dice? Oh my god! 10! So what's my number? I think it's a yeah, so 8 would be extreme.
Right. Okay. I don't know what extreme would have been. Bite both his ears off.
In one bite.
That is quite extreme. You're up there and you grab it. You just desperate at this point, and you're trying anything to stop him getting in there, and you rip at his ears, and he screams, and there's blood, and he falls down to the ground, and you're still on top of him, and he's in a huge amount of pain. We're going to skip straight back to Nicola in the center of the bismouth now. You almost passed out. Your vision went blurry. You're still you kind of not unsure what's going on now. You know you need to be here, and you're almost on the verge of passing out again. But are you still attempting to chant? Are you doing anything with this acid or?
Yeah. I mean, Nicola doesn't really have much beyond the 3-step instructions, so I think she just continues to chant. She just remembers that at some point it should melt. I think even all the stuff about whether it has to be one person or multiple people, like all that information kind of paled in comparison to trying to just memorize the chanting.
Yeah, you start to see as you're chanting, the light seems to start pulsing of this massive crystal, and you actually see that it's from the very top of these sharp points. It seems to be like it's corroding and melting, and it's getting faster and faster, and this mist is pouring out from it, and it suddenly seems to be working, and you're confused. You don't know if you're happy or sad about this, but this crystal seems to be slowly at first, but increasingly quickly melting down completely. And as you keep chanting, with more and more confidence and more force, it's still burning and melting down, and then suddenly the light intensifies and everything goes bright, and you pass out again. And I'm gonna get you just to do a straight D100 roll, please.
Okie dokie. That is a 36.
Okay, that's fine. You open your eyes, and you just, where the crystal was, there's this glowing orb of light, and then it suddenly explodes in another flash of light, and now you're just stuck in this dark cave, and all you can see is this bit of light coming down the stairs from where you were. Meanwhile, out on the grass outside, everyone, you see the other members of the retreat suddenly almost like snap out of something, and they're confused. They're looking around. They've stopped looking super happy and smiley and dancing, and they just look a bit scared and confused now. And they're aware of what's happened, but they're suddenly aware that they were acting very strangely. Karen, you feel completely normal again now, and anyone else who was feeling the effects of this the incense now suddenly feels very strange and almost like embarrassed about your behavior and how happy you were, and suddenly, like, it's as if a spell has been broken, and the Malcolm starts crying and Russell's on the floor with his ears bleeding, but Sage is still absolutely furious, and she just keeps repeating, he was supposed to be happy. Why didn't this work? This is supposed to work. All I wanted was for people to be happy. And suddenly you realise that you've broken the spell of this, and Nicola's done it, and you guys don't know what's happened exactly on the surface. And Nicola, you're just down in this cave, like on your hands and knees, just panting, and none of you are really sure exactly what's happened.
Have I got ear in my mouth?
Yum.
I'll leave that up to you, whether you spit that out or not.
Oh, it did come off in my
I think
mouth.
so.
A
Yeah, you
bit off.
got a hard success.
Well, kind of regret that now.
No, you did the right thing. You did the right thing.
I will apologize to Stephen.
Okay.
Are you alright? I'll help him out. Wait, has he also snapped out of it, or was he?
He seems to have had more idea about what's going on, but he definitely seems confused and disorientated now. Probably 50% because his part of his ear's off, but 50% because some sort of spell has been broken. And anyone who's outside, you just Geru Sage just starts weeping, and she's like, I just wanted everyone to be happy. They said it was gonna summon this power, and everyone would love it, and I just wanted to spread some good vibes into the world. And that's pretty much the end of the story. You guys gather yourself, and you try to get away. You all head back to the car park and get in your cars, and you leave the retreat. No one's staying there that night, and you leave the staff there, and I'll leave it up to you to decide whether you contact authorities or whether you try to do anything about this, or whether you try and get back to your normal life. And you basically escape this retreat as fast as you can. James, you're quite badly injured. People help you into your car and help you come around, but you make a full recovery. You've got very bad burns, and you do eventually make a recovery months later. Nicola, you lost eyesight in one of your eyes when this massive blinding flash went off. But other than that, you pretty much all came out of it fairly unharmed.
That's unusual for a Cthulhu game.
It is a
I
bit.
feel like we got away with something there. I was ready to accept death.
There's some lucky stuff that happened. But yeah, we can maybe discuss afterwards, like what you think your characters would do after that. But everyone pretty much is pretty keen to get away from this place as quickly as possible. Maybe someone goes down, and whether you, Nicola, make your way back up the stairs and crawl your way out of there, or someone goes down to find you. That's kind of the dramatic conclusion.
That was crazy.
It was
That
unbelievable.
was so good.
It did get a bit weird at the end.
I loved it. I liked the really dark shift, considering how silly we've been in every other. I hope you liked all your goofs last few times we played, because now I'm going to drown all of you.
Yeah, it's gonna get weird.
That was good.
I was getting like mega like bad vibes when he put me in the room of reflection or whatever. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was hoping someone would get in there.
Man, that was so good.
But what
I
you
think
basically, yeah, you want to get out of there as quickly as possible, but you do end up like chatting about it and realizing that this is one of many of these sort of retreats that has popped up, and you realize that it was just something fairly horrible and beyond your understanding, disguised as this wellness retreat, and yeah, I mean, maybe your characters decide that they want to investigate this further. Maybe they absolutely don't and want nothing else to do with it ever. But that's kind of up to you to think about those extra stories.
I think James is going to write a very strongly worded letter to his local MP. And just leave it at that.
Task Force. The Lotus Task Force. I think when all's said and done, Nicola feels pretty good about going on the retreat overall. Just the original purpose for her was about finding some sense of belonging in the world, and she, in 24 hours, made very close, like dependency kind of friends with all these people that she got to spend time with. I think, like maybe Russell, especially when they kind of went and had this very strange, literally eldritch abomination in front of them for a few minutes and had to kind of just make a call and decide what to do. But like, I think when all's said and done, and with a cool eye patch now, there's like a newfound sense of confidence or something. I don't know.
They seem a little bit similar with like Nicola and Russell. Yeah, Russell's big thing was like he's been sort of ostracized from his family for a long time, and like sending them money back home because he's making good money in the UK as a doctor, but they're all sort of elsewhere, and he's sort of a bit purposeless now. And yeah, he's kind of discovered something about himself. He's kind of developed a new dimension to himself, much like Nicola. And
a bloodthirst, would you say?
Nice thing. A bloodthirst. Well, if not a bloodthirst, then just an enjoyment of grappling.
MMA.
An interest, shall we say?
Instantly took up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu the second, like in the car on the way back, Googling the nearest gym.
100%. That's it. Yeah, he's found his thing now. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, you don't. None of you ever hear from Guru Sage again, and she seems to have kind of disappeared in all the commotion at the end there. And yeah, you're left with this sense of achievement, and you feel like you did some good, but there's many unanswered questions, and stuff that will stick with you for the rest of your lives.
Crazy
I think
stuff.
that's probably where we should end it. I feel like I wrapped it up quite quickly at the end there, but I think that's okay.
No, that was awesome.
yeah, it was great.
Great, yeah.
Trying to make
Loads of fun, mate.
action ending. But yeah, that was good vibes only. I had no idea how that was going to end up. It was quite fun. Just obviously I've got all the details of stuff, but I didn't know. There's so many different ways that could end.
Yeah, I'm curious to see sort of the way that game would play out, in other scenarios.
Yeah.
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 I feel like there's many routes. Yeah.
If there's no squeal code.
Yeah, what are you gonna do then?
Yeah.
You don't have someone ready to shit themselves on demand.
Kind of disappointed that didn't play out, but it was such a good plan.
And if you want to shit yourself on demand, write into free post Adam Flare.
Subscribe to AdamFlare at twitch.com.
But no, that's really great. That was by someone called Phaedra Fleru, who is really cool, and they do a podcast called Stars Are Right, which they've actually done a playthrough of this as well, which I listened to, and it did turn out quite differently. So it's fun to see. The differences. But yeah, once again, you've all survived, which I probably shouldn't have let happen.
You have
Yeah,
to,
But you
have to
didn't
be a
actually.
meaner GM.
I know. I don't know. You did. Yeah, I didn't let you off that easy. But yes, that's the end of that one. I'm glad we got to finish that, and then I'm planning to do some more. A new story next time. Hopefully, won't leave it as long. But for now, I better go to bed. I'm sleepy.
Definitely bedtime.
Good vibes
Yes.
only
Absolutely.
for in your dreams.
Vibes
everybody.
only, everyone.
Really good job.
Yeah, thanks. You guys were incredible.
True wave, like we're on
Thanks,
the
Adam.
game show. Go on,
Thanks,
everyone wave. Bye.
Yes, thanks guys. Take it easy,
Thanks,
and
everyone.
if anyone's
Thanks, Adam.
if anyone's
See you
watching,
guys.
thank you for watching. Yeah, see you soon.
Peace.
Bye bye.
Bye.